Welcome back to yet another episode of Contract Kitchen. We're doing it.
This is my contract kitchen dance.
We're cooking. And this time we're baking a sweet treat.
We don't even have to bake it.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Tell us what we're making, Bailey.
We're making my honeymoon tiramisu.
How did you come about this?
James and I went to Florence, Italy for our honeymoon, yes, for about a week plus, and we did this amazing experience on our last full day on a farm in Tuscany. I mean, hello.
Does it get more picturesque?
It doesn't really. We went to this really sweet family farm of two ex-fashion designers turned farmers slash winemakers slash Airbnb experience hosts. They have this like incredible villa overlooking the Tuscany like village. It's incredible. And part of the day was that we got to go pick out our ingredients and help make a full dinner. I was in charge of the tiramisu. So this is their cute little cookbook. Da-da-da. I'm gonna butcher this name, Tenuta Shedondon. Italian.
Better than I would have.
Thanks. And it is seasonal recipes straight from their farm that the wife like hand did this. So cute. And we're gonna do the tiramisu today because it's super easy. It's their like Tuscan farm version of tiramisu. It's not as complicated and intense as other tiramisu recipes, and also really cost effective. Which we love.
Yes. And since it's Love Month, we're putting this out early enough so if you're inspired for your Valentine's Day, you can also make your own.
Shall we get started?
I think so.
Okay, let's get started.
Perfect. Tiramisu is just a small handful of ingredients, really.
Yeah.
So we have the mascarpone cream.
Mascarpone.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have some egg yolks and egg whites separated, some sugar, some cocoa powder, and some tea biscuits that we can get at the grocery store.
Yeah. You want something that's a little buttery, but not too pungent because it kind of soaks up all of this goodness.
Yeah, the espresso.
Fresh espresso.
First step.
First step is kind of funky because we just put raw eggs with soft cheese. Mmm. Delicious.
Yum.
You can kind of mess with the recipe depending on what you like more. Maybe you like more espresso, or maybe you want like a different flavored cookie. You can kind of mix and match depending on your tastes. I will post this recipe from the cookbook, but I already changed it a little bit based on my style of tiramisu, which is a little bit fluffier than most.
I'm excited.
Yeah. You're gonna need about 500 grams of mascarpone to start. Plus,
Delish.
we're gonna blend all of the egg yolks with the mascarpone and 7 spoonfuls, heaping spoonfuls of sugar. So let's plop those in. This is 7 spoonfuls exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So just a little sugar.
I love that. Go. It's already got that yummy yellow color.
Yum.
My favorite part of this recipe is it's built in layers, so you can see all the individual ones. It's delicious. It's like little bits of art. So once we have this done, just set it to the side, and then we're gonna whisk some egg whites so that we build a little bit of volume. We're gonna whisk this in the KitchenAid mixer until you have stiff white peaks.
Love it. We got some stiff peaks going on in here.
In order to get the stiff peaks, they don't tell you this,
Yeah.
but room temperature eggs are the best kinds of eggs for these stiffer peaks.
Oh.
I tried making this last week for some friends and my peaks would not get stiff because my eggs were too cold. I also do an extra egg white than what she says because I like a fluffier tiramisu. Now we're just gonna incorporate the whites into our mascarpone, which is pretty easy. And like Mary Berry says, you fold it in. So you don't want to do this too long. I know it kind of looks a bit funky, but you don't want to lose all the aeration in your egg whites. But it's given body.
It is.
You know?
Just enough to incorporate both pieces together, and I love it.
Yeah, it should basically double the size of your mixture, which we love. We have some cute single serving cups that we're gonna layer these in, but we're making enough that we're gonna also put it in a cute little baking dish so that you can see it both ways. Now the fun part begins. We're gonna do just a couple spoonfuls to layer on the bottom so that everything has something to stick to. Just like so. Make sure it's a little bit even. Had you ever had tiramisu before I made it this last Christmas?
No.
Ever?
I've always been too afraid to order it at a restaurant.
Interesting.
Which feels kind of dumb because I like coffee, but I've always been afraid that it will be like too
cheesy or coffee-y.
Yeah, or cheesy.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that this may have been your first. I feel like it's an acquired taste of a dessert because it's different. It's cheesy in a weird, funky way. It's sweet.
But it's a happy marriage between beautiful ingredients that just complement each other so well.
Exactly. So now we've got our base layer. That's working for us.
Yes.
Let's have some fun with some coffee. Word to the wise. This is a quick dip. We don't want the cookies to be bathing in this too much. So we got our cute little tea biscuits. These will be a little funky because they're circular. Most tiramisus are square or rectangle based, and we're just gonna get messy. Do a little dip.
Just gonna go for it.
Just go for it and layer it in.
And I think tiramisu sounds like such a luxury,
fancy
dessert, and you think it's going to be so difficult to make, but it's so easy.
So easy to make.
Another thing we were talking about off camera is how you could really do this essentially with any like flavor profile. If you didn't want or didn't like the coffee aspect of it, you could totally try something different and get an awesome dessert.
Exactly. I mean, when we made it at Christmas, we forgot our cocoa powder.
Yes.
So we asked our neighbors for some Mexican chocolate that we ground up in a coffee grinder.
Yeah.
And put that on top instead and had a really yummy bite to it.
And that one, I really liked that because the cinnamon of the Mexican chocolate, was the perfect addition to. So I'm also excited to try it again with normal cocoa powder too.
I'm a normal cocoa powder kind of girl. That looks so perfect. Oh my gosh. I also love that these cookies have a little word stamped in them, but I don't know what the specialty. That's adorable. Easy from here. Now we're just gonna ladle in a few more scoops to create more fluffy layers.
On your honeymoon, what else did you do while you were there?
We chillaxed. We did kind of one activity a day, but we stayed in Florence so that we didn't have to travel around. We went to a perfumery and had this like VIP experience and made our own perfume from this incredible perfumery that's been around since forever. Yeah. So I have my own custom perfume from Florence, and the coolest thing is that it stays in their archives for forever. And my ancestors could go and find my scent, find Aunt Bailey's scent from 2023.
That's so cute.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I love it.
I mean, meant to be. Since these are a little smaller, we're only gonna do 3 layers, but that's okay because that's a lot of tiramisu for one person.
Yeah. I think the idea of the perfumery, so fun and so different.
Yeah, we wanted to try a few different things, a few luxury things, since it was our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And I found out about it through a friend, which was the better part. Like, we didn't book that through Airbnb or the internet or whatever. I had to go to these random Italians and find the contact number from them. I also got my hair cut one of the days at the salon that I found on Google and met the most wonderful man who had a bunch of lovers and had like all these stories of traveling around New York, and this is the way I like to travel. Yeah. Like, we were locals, not tourists, and got to be part of this community for a week. It was so fun.
I'm so glad that your honeymoon was so magical.
Thanks.
Mine was not.
Okay, what did you do for your honeymoon?
My honeymoon, we went to Cancun. So we didn't go right after our wedding.
Right.
We went for our first anniversary, technically. And we stayed at a all-inclusive resort, which was wonderful. And I would go back to that all-inclusive.
Yeah.
It was so good. The food was amazing. They had like adults only side too, so you could choose to be
Adults
without
only.
children.
Yes.
But we also had upgraded, I think, our package. So we had a butler with our room.
I'm sorry?
And they would book our dinner reservations. They would, like, if we wanted to get like a massage at the spa, they would book all of it for us.
How nice.
So, and they would leave like bottles of wine and notes in our room for us. They were so cute. But the excursion that we chose, I would not redo.
Yeah, I remember you saying it was a little traumatic.
It was an all-day event, which we did not really know. It was much further than we ever thought.
Was that also your last full day too?
No. That was at the beginning of the trip.
Oh, how exciting.
We still had like 3 days left. And we ate some questionable food while we were there, so we did not feel great those 3 days. But we got to snorkel, so that was fun.
Some positives.
And then it went downhill. But
Sorry.
it's okay.
So, obviously we didn't measure things out very well because this is a home kitchen. We just do what we want. So this one's gonna be a little lighter on the top, which is fine. I think once it all sets in together, it won't even matter. It kind of becomes a cake.
Yeah, and I feel like the cocoa powder kind of erases all sin. So
Exactly. And we love erasing all sins.
yeah.
Okay, now let's do the fancy schmancy part, which is dusting cocoa powder.
Yes. So do you feel like there are any foods that have defined your stages of being a couple, you and James?
Oh, yeah. Yes, because when we were dating, there was a period of our lives that we couldn't be in the house most weekends for various reasons. And he loved football, so we watched a lot of football at the Red Robin.
Ooh.
And ate a lot of zucchini fries.
Red Robin is the only place I'll eat ranch dressing.
Okay, they do have really good ranch dressing though.
Yeah.
Why the only place?
Because I don't like ranch.
Oh, interesting.
Except at Red Robin.
Oh, well, there you go, Red Robin. Sponsor
Thanks.
here.
Yeah. This tiramisu brought to you by
Red Robin.
Yum.
And then when we moved in together, and it was during the pandemic, it became make your food from home central.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, that's perfect. A lot of soups, a lot of, I don't know, just things that we wanted to go to restaurants for that were starting to close.
Yeah.
That we needed to start doing ourselves. What about you guys?
I feel kind of similarly. Our like dating food, we definitely ate out all the time.
Yeah.
We never cooked.
Right.
And if anyone knows Jansen, they know he loves a hot wing. Chicken wings are the way to his heart.
So many wings.
So we ate a lot of wings and sushi.
Mm-hmm.
Those kinds of foods.
Did you do like a lot of pho?
We still do.
Okay, yeah. I love
Which I feel like if we're ordering out, we'll do like a pho maybe. Although I have been making a few good ramen variations
Kelli
lately.
made a great ramen the other week.
So we might have to bring that out
Yeah.
someday. But as we're trying to eat a little bit healthier, minus this tiramisu, and so trying to cook more, make more at home, and we moved, and there's not a ton of like great ordering around us, so we kind of have to make it ourselves. So.
Exactly.
More than this?
I think that's good. Yeah, that's
So.
perfect. Oh, jiggly. I feel like the longer you're in a relationship, you just inherently start cooking more for some reason.
Yeah. Well, also eating out is so expensive. You have other like goals in mind, collective goals in mind that you're like, okay, we could make this at home, or we could make it maybe better at home.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
In this woman's case, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Absolutely.
As someone who started a cooking show, I'm a little timid with my cooking.
But you're branching out. Okay, that's it.
This is it.
You
So
don't
they
bake it or anything.
So we just put it in the fridge and then we'll come back for a little taste test.
Yeah. It's recommended to try and make this the night before so that it's in the fridge and setting for about 12 hours or more, because it becomes more, I don't know, not pudding-like. It's like a mix between a pudding and a cake.
Yeah. A mousse?
It's a bit moussey. My version's a bit moussey.
Yeah.
But yeah, that way everything kind of melts together, marries together.
Yeah.
So that's my honeymoon tiramisu.
We love it.
We'll come back later and we'll taste test it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. That's beautiful.
Cute, huh?
Gorgina.
Welcome back.
Hey. We got different clothes on.
You might have noticed there's been some changes, mostly just with our wardrobe. But also what's changed is the consistency of our tiramisu. Little cheers.
Cheers.
And here we go.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Oh, she fluffy. We both choked on cocoa powder at the same time. Because we breathed in it.
I'm crying.
It's so good, we're crying.
Impromptu cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, I don't know if you kids are doing the cinnamon challenge. You should definitely do the cocoa challenge, evidently. Yeah. So before we started filming, I put a fresh dusting of cocoa powder, which makes it lethal, evidently.
So proceed with caution.
Delicious. It needs more cookies right away.
Yeah.
That's my first critique to myself.
We went too heavy with the cream layer, maybe a little too thick, so we could have gotten more.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
It's still so good. That's the best part.
I'm not complaining about it.
No. But it could have more cookie. Well, apart from suicide by cocoa, big fan.
Thank you so much for watching and hopefully making it through the end of this video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more because we have plans. So you're not going to want to miss out on those. And also check out our podcast, which is wrapping. Season 1 will be wrapping soon at this point by the time this episode comes out.
Next week. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, bye.
Bye.